Okay, so good evening, everybody. And first of all, I extend my heartiest wishes on behalf of Sharda Education Society's Anand Vishwa Gurukul College of Law on the occasion of 74th Independence Day that we are celebrating today. Hope this Independence Day brings real independence for all of us from all the thoughts and negativity and the pandemic situation that we are facing today. And today we have with us CS Swapnil Shendvi sir, who is going to guide us on the topic of overview of Companies Act 2013. Sir, it's a pleasure to welcome you today for this webinar. This is the 102nd webinar of Sharda Education Society's Anand Vishwa Gurukul College of Law, where we have covered many topics, be it from civil law, criminal law, IPR, etc., etc. And the only topic that probably was remaining, which was from students' point of view, was this Companies Act. And sir, why we are fortunate to have you here is students, when they learn Companies Act in brief in their 11, 12 standard, those who are fortunate to opt for the CS as a subject, they company secretarial practice as a subject, they study company law. Otherwise in OC they have just a small topic, but that was more related to 1956 Act, and many of them are not aware that the Companies Act 2013 has come into existence. Secondly, sir, you are also a blessing in disguise for many of our law students who are going to pursue or who aim to pursue their CS degree from ICSI. And therefore, we are really fortunate to have you and to hear you today. I am taking the pleasure to introduce Sir myself today. Sir is professionally a company secretary, and he has also got internal certifications in contract law, change management, and Swayam certifications in ARPIT annual refreshers program in teaching in commerce, designing learning centric MOOCs MOOCs IIT Bombay, intellectual property rights IIT Madras, enhancing soft skills and personality IIT Kanpur, direct tax laws and practice from Tezpur University, a central university from Assam. Sir has also got his IT tools for professionals, that is another certification. Sir is currently working as assistant professor, core faculty, and coordinator at ML Dhanukar College of Commerce, University of Mumbai. Sir has also been a visiting faculty in ML Dhanukar College, NM College of Commerce, and Sathe College of Arts, Science and Commerce. If I talk about the lectures, sir has been a regular guest lecturer in ICSI. Sir has taken lectures sir has given lectures on GST, smart taxation system in Clara's College of Commerce, Andheri, RP Institute of Management Studies, Mira Bhainder, MMK College, Bandra. Sir has given a lecture on IPR in PTVA's Institute of Management, Villeparle, and PL Shroff College of Arts and Commerce, Boisar. Sir has spoken on the topic of career prospects as a CS in Shri Chinnai College of Commerce and Economics, Andheri. And sir has also spoken on the topic of MBA as a career option in Kautilya Institute of Management and Research, Pune. Sir has done various short courses. Sir has also has a vast experience of organizing different workshops and conferences, which includes national level webinars, online webinars, syllabus revision workshops, etc. And if I talk about Sir's uniqueness, Sir has presented many research papers at national and international level also. Sir has got his degree just like me as a certified graphologist, and sir is also a tarot card reader. And sir has been very instrumental in I have seen sir personally. We have shared dais in one of the conferences, And sir, I can confidently say sir is very popular amongst the students in Dhanukar College, which I have experienced myself also. And sir is an alumni of the same college. Sir, once again, I welcome you on behalf of Sharda Education Societies, Anand Vishwa Gurukul College of Law. And I hand over this session to you now. I'm sure you will cover the aspects of Companies Act 2013 also, but special references will also be made to the changes that have been made in the Companies Act 2013 during this COVID-19 pandemic. Over to you, sir. We are very eager to hear you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for this introduction. I'll straight away start with my topic instead of talking about things from here and there. So just give me a minute. I'll just share my screen. Yeah. So good evening, everyone. What we'll be doing is we'll be talking about Companies Act today, Companies Act 2013. And during this session, which is usually, which we must have for around 45 minutes to 50 minutes, an ideal time for an online webinar, we'll discuss in the next 45-50 minutes about Companies Act 2013, special features of this act. We'll also see how COVID-19 has impacted a Companies Act. We'll see the amendments that were to be made in this act, which were stalled because of COVID. And at the end, since everyone is a law student, we'll also discuss about the career options that Companies Act 2013 gives you and what you can do with the help of Companies Act. Since all are almost everyone might be an undergraduate student, so everyone might not have studied Companies Act 2013. Again, if you all are a third year student, you all would definitely have studied this act. However, if you all are not, I'm talking about 3-year course, a third year student. Otherwise, most of you all might have just read it, as sir was saying in the introduction part, that you all have just read certain parts of this act in your 12th standard maybe. So we'll be talking about the special features of this act and also about the practical parts, certain loopholes that this act has and which were exploited by certain people, and then the Companies Act 2013 again was changed to avoid people from using this act unfairly. So we'll be talking about this in the next 45-50 minutes. We'll be having an interaction also. If you all have any question, you all can definitely ask. Please feel free to ask questions, at least those who are here on Zoom. You all can ask your questions. Please don't feel hesitant to ask in any of the languages. We are not here to study a language. We are here to know about the act. So Hindi bhi chalega, koi baat nahi hai. Usse mujhe Marathi bhi chalega. I have no issues with whatever language you speak in. And at the same time, I'll also have a mixture of English and Hindi so that everyone understands about this act. So Companies Act 2013, as you all might be knowing, that any bill or any new thing to be implemented in India or rather anywhere in the world takes a lot of time, because there are always certain loopholes in the previous laws. So this act also took a lot of time, just like how GST has taken a lot of time. In India, GST was thought about in 1997 and ultimately it was implemented in 2017. It took around 20 years to implement GST. Similarly, Companies Act also took a lot of time. Around 2002-2003, the Indian government actually thought about changing the earlier Companies Act. Earlier we had, I'm talking about a century back, we had Companies Act 1913, which was changed in 1956, And Companies Act 1956 was considered to be quite a good act for companies in India. However, the problem with that act was there were many changes. It already had 658 sections. Imagine having 658 sections in one act. And in those 658 sections, there were multiple amendments, multiple changes in around 40-50 years, that reading the act itself became a task for lawyers and for company secretaries. So the government thought about changing this act in 2003-2004, replacing it with a new act. But changing an act of 658 sections will obviously take time, and it took time, and it was ultimately changed, amended in 2013, September 2013. The president signed in September 2013, which was to be made effective from 1st April 2014. However, not all the provisions were implemented from 1st April 2014. Only a few sections were implemented, and the initial transition phase was quite a difficult phase for all the companies. So this new act had around 470 sections, 29 chapters, and this act had a unique feature of not just the act, it also had a supplementary rules part together to be read with the act. So the earlier Companies Act 1956 was just an act. You get that book, you read that act, there were certain notifications, circulars from the government from time to time, read that together with the act, that's it. Everyone can handle it. However, Companies Act 2013 had this act which was small enough, but it had to be read along with certain rules which were framed by the government. The act, as you all might be aware, the act, if any changes need to be done, needs to be done in the parliament itself. But the rules can be changed by the government as and when they desire, as and when the committee of the government feels so. So most of the powers in the act were given to the rules. Obviously not the bigger powers, but certain powers were given to the given in the rules, and the rules were to be framed by the government itself. It can be changed at any point of time. So today there is certain rule. Tomorrow when you get up, there might be some other rule. So this act had to be read with certain rules, and there were notifications, circulars, and those things were there. So even if there are 470 sections, 658 कहाँ पर, 470 कहाँ पर, लगता है कि छोटा है, but वही 658 को combine किया और 470 में डाल दिया है, नए features डाले हैं. वो नए features के बारे में we'll be talking in the next 40-45 minutes. And वो rules extra आ गए. So length or the quantity of the act, the number of pages that you might have to read to understand this act is more or less similar to the earlier act. But the quality of the act has improved. Quality में क्या क्या improve हो गया है? We'll be talking about certain parts only. Since you all are law students, you all might not be very interested in learning about the accounting aspects. So legal parts के बारे में बात करेंगे. Instead of going to a wedding and getting everything on our plate and then not knowing what to eat and what to throw, what we'll do is just eat only a few things so that हम लोग को भी समझ में आए कि हम लोग ने क्या खाया हुआ है. So we'll talk about the first and foremost point that was talked about in Companies Act 2013, which was this one-person company. This OPC was a new feature that was implemented. You all might be aware, those who are commerce students, you all might be aware that there is a concept called as sole proprietor. One person comes, starts his business, earns money. If there are losses, he loses the money. His family also loses the money, the concept of unlimited liability. To ask people to come forward and start companies, the government implemented this part of one-person company, which was borrowed from acts all across the globe. So Singapore was the first country which implemented one-person company in their country. वहां पर क्या हो गया कि they thought एक अकेला इंसान अगर अपना बिजनेस करेगा as a sole proprietor, there is a lot of risk. So people do not start their business. They think of doing a job under someone else. That is better. हम लोग को risk नहीं चाहिए. Salary रहेगा. We get the salary. We are happy with our salary. तो ये सिंगापुर ने implement करने की कोशिश की 1% कंपनी का. बोला कि what if we have this limited liability concept for a 1%, a sole proprietor? और उन्होंने ये 1% कंपनी लाया. Now what happens in this scenario is, if there is just one person, he starts a company, liability limited, his risk is reduced, and at the same time, once his business grows, he will start employing more and more people. That is ultimately the aim of every government in the world. We want to create employment for the entire population. So Indian government also copied that concept. Singapore में success हो गया, इसीलिए India में भी implement करो. And Indians also started adopting this concept slowly and steadily. अभी तक इतना craze नहीं है 1% company का, because people still get confused between 1% company and a sole proprietor. एक अकेला इंसान business करेगा तो भी उसका liability कम हो जाएगा. Obviously there are certain restrictions also. You need to file your documents with the company now. You need to have a greater compliance with the government. However, your risk reduces. That is the most important feature. Your liability becomes limited. So 1% company का ये फायदा है. That was one of the features of this act. The Companies Act introduced two types of companies: small company and a dormant company. Small company is a company which has a paid up capital of lesser than 50 lakhs or a turnover of lesser than 2 crore rupees. So अगर आप लोगों का कंपनी इस कैटेगरी में आता है, if your paid up capital is lesser than 50 lakhs and turnover in one financial year is lesser than 2 crores, you can register yourself as a small company. Quite a few companies in the country fall under this bracket. For these kind of companies, the compliance reduces. So you need not file your documents every time with the government. You need not have meetings every 4 months. So there is a provision in Companies Act which states you need to have meetings with of the board of directors every 3 months. So 4 times in a year. वो part abolish कर दिया small company के लिए. So you can have 2 meetings. Once in 6 months you can have 2 ही meetings करोगे तो भी चल जाएगा. तो small company वाला concept introduce किया. Another concept that was introduced was dormant company. Now this dormant company is a company which is inactive, a defunct company, a sleeping company, as you can call from the word dormant itself. So if a company has not had any significant financial transactions in the last 2 financial years, you are automatically called a dormant company. What happens is the government is trying to keep a watch on all the companies. कौन सा कंपनी एक्चुअल काम कर रहा है और कौन सा कंपनी जो है वो फ्रॉड करने के लिए बनाया गया है. So dormant companies are usually formed for just keeping the assets or transferring money from the main company to the dormant company and then dormant company to some other country and generation of black money. So वो dormant company कोई काम नहीं करता है. So government tries to keep a track of such kind of companies, and for them, government सामने से बोलता है, if you're not doing anything in the last 2 years, we'll strike off your name from the Companies Act itself, from the company's register itself. तो आपका कंपनी रहेगा ही नहीं एग्जिस्टेंस में. हम लोग एक्शन लेने के पहले कंपनी खुद अपने आप को डीएक्टिवेट कर सकता है, स्ट्राइक ऑफ करवा सकता है, एग्जिट स्ट्रेटेजी कर सकता है. So recently fast track exit scheme was also introduced in this act कि अगर तुम लोग को जल्दी से exit करना है, कंपनी बंद भी कर सकते हो. I think you all might have studied in your 12th standard also कि कंपनी स्टार्ट करने और कंपनी बंद करने को लॉन्ग ड्यूरेशन लगता है. कंपनी स्टार्ट करने को लगभग 30 to 40 डेज लग सकता है एंड कंपनी बंद करने को 8 to 10 years लग सकता है. So that 8 to 10 years can be avoided if you convert yourself into a dormant company and ask the government to close your company. Within 270 days, that is not even a year, you can close down your organization. So that is one of the features of this act, dormant company. Another feature that was implemented was the concept of women director. All through the 5 decades of Companies Act, 5-6 decades of Companies Act 1956, that act always said we request the companies to have a female as their director, but it was not mandatory at all. But in 2013, this act forced the companies to have a woman director. Now it will be mandatory for every listed company to have a woman director. Whether it is good or bad, we cannot say, because listed company to theek hai, samajhta hai, because they are registered on the stock exchanges, their shares are traded on BSE, NSE and other stock exchanges. However, though, other companies apart from the listed companies, if the company has a paid up capital of 100 crores or more, which not many companies have, if the paid up capital is 100 crores or more या फिर turnover 300 करोड़ के ऊपर रहेगा, तो उन companies को woman director compulsory है. Not necessary that a woman director should be there for only 300 crore के company turnover के ऊपर वाले. 10 crore company also will require a woman director, but the act is silent on that. Act does not say you need to have a woman director for such smaller companies. Personally speaking, even the smaller companies should be having a woman director, but the act does not mandate it. So they've played it safe, and there was a loophole also with this part. They did not mention कि woman director कहाँ के होने चाहिए. That was a drawback. So certain companies, I will not tell the name of the company. However, you all can guess it if you all just stress upon on your brain a little. कुछ companies में women director नहीं थे, तो उन्होंने अपने वो जो managing director है, उन्होंने अपने wife को ही women director बना दिया. Rules से comply हो गए. अपने ही family member director भी बन गए. So obviously that family member is not going to question your decision in the board meeting. So that was a drawback. And I'll not take the name, but then if you understand that person who was not visible till 2013, 2014, suddenly is all over the place, and many people know this person now as a woman director. She's very famous now. So loophole था इसमें. Loophole का advantage, undue advantage कुछ companies ने लिया हुआ है. The main purpose of women director was genuine women who are working hard, who deserve that position, should be given that position in the board. वो थोड़ा सा deceive हो गया है. That is there. A resident director also is a new concept in this Companies Act. Resident director यानी वो इंसान जो कम से कम 182 days इंडिया में है. So a person, if he is in India for 182 days in the previous calendar year, he will be called a resident director. And every company has to have a resident director mandatorily. अगर वो resident director नहीं है company में, then the company will be penalized. Mind you, when the Companies Act was implemented, all the provisions were to be implemented in a phased manner. So every company was given either 6 months or 1 year, depending on certain sections. कि कितना time तुमको दिया जाएगा ये section implement करने के लिए. But this provision, resident director provision, was to be implemented with immediate effect. Immediate effect as in 1st April 2014 से, जब वो act actual में implement होने वाला था. So 1st April 2014 से compulsorily every person should have a resident director. Every company should have a resident director. The reason is, if you are having a company and all the directors are outside India for most of the time in the year, then who is going to function? How is a company going to function? वो देखने के लिए resident director का concept लाया गया इंडिया में. Every company should have a director who is at least for 182 days in India in the previous calendar year. Then there was this independent director concept. Independent director concept was there in listed companies, because SEBI had implemented this provision. However, Companies Act did not talk about this concept of independent director. SEBI ने पहले listing agreement होता था since 1990s. तो वो लिस्टिंग एग्रीमेंट में प्रोविजन डाला था फॉर ऑल लिस्टेड कंपनीज कि हर एक कंपनी के पास इंडिपेंडेंट डायरेक्टर होना चाहिए. इंडिपेंडेंट डायरेक्टर इज अ पर्सन हु इज नॉट रिलेटेड टू द कंपनी एट ऑल. He doesn't come to the company on a daily basis. He comes for only 4 meetings in one financial year. जो 4 board meetings होता है साल में, उसमें आता है, discuss करता है. He may criticize the other board of directors. He may appreciate other board of directors. And then he goes back. He just comes, gets sitting fees and goes. So what happened was certain companies were misusing the provision earlier and they were appointing independent directors. These independent directors used to come for the board meeting, sit for the board meeting, discuss करते थे, पर कभी oppose नहीं करते थे. अरे इनका काम ही है oppose करना. जो भी normal director बोल रहा है, उनको oppose करो या उनको appreciate करो. But these people were just coming and sitting, डिस्कस करते थे, सुनते थे, and they used to go and they used to get a fat paycheck at their residence. बस चुप रहने के लिए. वो लोग ज्यादा काम नहीं करते थे. 2013 एक्ट ने ये सब बंद करवा दिया. 2013 एक्ट said if you are appointing an independent director, which most of the companies have to appoint, तुम लोगों को इन इंडिपेंडेंट डायरेक्टर को मैक्सिमम 1 लाख रुपीस दे सकते हो, not beyond that. So a company like Reliance will also pay 1 lakh rupees and a smaller company also cannot pay more than 1 lakh rupees. Maximum is 1 lakh rupees for one board meeting. So if it is 4 board meetings in a year, 1 lakh maximum, तो maximum 4 lakh ही कमा सकता है एक independent director. That was made a business in 1990s and the early this century. 2013 से ये बंद कर दिया गया. अब पैसे के लिए नहीं आ रहे हो तो अभी तुमको काम करना है. You have to come and work in those 4 meetings. So this independent director will not be having any pecuniary interest in the company. इनको और कुछ नहीं मिलता. ना इनके कोई relative, not just this person, the relatives also will not be having any interaction with the company. They cannot trade with the company. They cannot have a contract with the company. The relatives खुद तो कर ही नहीं सकते. रिलेटिव्स भी नहीं कर सकते. सो ये इंडिपेंडेंट डायरेक्टर का एक रिस्ट्रिक्शन है. सो इफ यू वांट टू ट्रेड विद द कंपनी, लीव योर पोजीशन एज इंडिपेंडेंट डायरेक्टर. इफ यू वांट टू बी द इंडिपेंडेंट डायरेक्टर, स्टॉप ट्रेडिंग विद द कंपनी. एंड नॉट जस्ट यू, योर फैमिली मेंबर्स, योर रिलेटिव्स. प्रोविजंस है सेक्शन 149 में ऑफ द कंपनीज एक्ट, हु इज कॉल्ड एन इंडिपेंडेंट डायरेक्टर. सो एवरी कंपनी शुड हैव ईदर 1/3 और 2, whichever is higher of the total number of directors. So if there are 12 directors in a company, uska 1/3 will be 4 या 2, whichever is higher. So higher is 4 independent directors होना जरूरी है. अच्छा, they also act as an analyst of other directors. जो हम लोग 12 directors की बात कर रहे थे एक company में, of which 4 are independent directors. So the other 8 directors are full-time directors. They usually come to the company on a regular basis and work and take decisions throughout the year. तो ये लोगों ने जो साल भर में काम किया है, these 8 people, their work will be analyzed by these 4 directors in a separate meeting, which usually will happen in the month of February or March. So there is a 5th meeting also now in Companies Act 2013 for independent directors. This meeting is a special meeting for independent directors. Only those directors will come, discuss about the work of other directors, whether they are working properly or not, and give their feedback so that the company can improve and the directors also can improve. You can also become an independent director. I am talking about undergraduate students. Just wait for 2-3 years. एक बार graduate हो गए तो आप लोग independent director भी बन सकते हो. आपको करना क्या है? IICA के वेबसाइट पे जाना है. IICA is Indian Institute of Corporate Affairs. उधर एग्जाम पास करना है, ऑनलाइन एग्जाम है. Clear that exam, become an independent director, become eligible to be an independent director. Then register yourself on the independent directors portal. उधर काफी lakhs and lakhs of people have already enrolled. So if a company wants an independent director, based on your qualifications, they'll search you on the website of independent directors. They'll call you up and you can be appointed as an independent director. I know a person who was earlier a principal of a particular college in Mumbai, and that lady retired, and after retirement she just works as an independent director. उनको और कोई काम नहीं है, सिर्फ independent director का काम कर रहे हैं वो. Obviously you require certain goodwill, you require certain image in the society, so उनको appointment किया गया. Probably you might not have that image at the age of 23, 24, 25. आगे चल के maybe 10 years down the line you will have that image and you will be called by the companies to become an independent director. So ये independent director की बात है. Key managerial personnel, KMP, was also introduced. Till 2013, the CEO, CFO, whole-time director, managing director, manager, ये लोगों को KMP बोला जाता था. There was no provision as such कि उनको key managerial personnel बोलेंगे, but unofficially they were called as key managerial personnel. In 2013, the company secretary was also added as a KMP. Now, together, when you put all these people together, they form the KMP for a company. All listed companies must have KMPs. अगर listed company में एक भी person missing है, the company is liable to pay a penalty for that. I know a company, again, जो भी मैं एग्जांपल दे रहा हूं नाम नहीं ले सकता मैं, बट वो कंपनी ने किया क्या था, कंपनीज एक्ट 2013 आने के पहले they had a group of 15 companies, of which 3 were listed companies. Other companies listed as in they were listed on the stock exchange, the shares were traded over there. So of these 15 companies, 3 were listed, others were smaller companies. So other companies did not have a problem. However, these 3 companies had a problem because of this provision. Out of these 3 companies, one company had all these persons: CEO, CFO, whole-time director, managing director, manager, CS. Company 3 also had all these people except the CS, company secretary, because that CS of the first company was managing all 15 companies. So उन्होंने क्या किया, चलो कंपनी 3 के लिए भी अलग से एक कंपनी सेक्रेटरी को अपॉइंट कर लेते हैं, and they appointed one CS. Problem was with the second company. That second company was not functioning. उस कंपनी का इनकम साल भर में 2000 रुपीस था. इमेजिन अ लिस्टेड कंपनी जिसके शेयर्स स्टॉक एक्सचेंज पे ट्रेड हो रहा है और उसका इनकम, प्रॉफिट भी नहीं, इनकम 2000 रुपए, उसका प्रॉफिट था ही नहीं, लॉसेस में चल रहा था. So they did not have any of these individuals. उन्होंने क्या किया, डायरेक्टर तो है ही, अपने ही है, तो डायरेक्टर अपॉइंट कर दिया, CFO भी अपॉइंट कर दिया. Problem was with the company secretary. They did not have a company secretary. What they did was they gave an advertisement for appointing a company secretary. Advertisement दिया, बहुत सारे applications आ गए. At that time there were around 40,000 CS in India. They gave an ad देने के बाद applications भी आए, लगभग 200 applications आए थे company secretary position के लिए. They did not even check the applications. They just kept it aside because they did not want to appoint a company secretary. Stock exchange को inform कर, listed है ना, तो stock exchange को inform करना ही है, तो stock exchange को inform किया. We had given an advertisement. We got 200 applications. We scrutinized those applications and we did not find even a single person worthy enough to be appointed as a company secretary. What they were doing was they were trying to take undue advantage of this situation. नहीं है हमारे पास, हमको अच्छा नहीं लगा तो हम लोग को अपॉइंट नहीं करें. They actually did not want to appoint a company secretary. ये बात उनका स्टॉक एक्सचेंज को भेज दिया. स्टॉक एक्सचेंज ने उनको वापस भेजा रिप्लाई, give another advertisement, have the second round of interviews and select a company secretary. Now they thought that stock exchange was a little serious. अब कुछ ना कुछ करना पड़ेगा हमको, CS को शायद अपॉइंट करना पड़ेगा. They again gave an advertisement. Again they had quite a few applications. Applications में से 10 लोगों को इंटरव्यू के लिए बुलाया और सबको रिजेक्ट कर दिया. We are not finding anyone worthy enough to be appointed as a company secretary. वापस से स्टॉक एक्सचेंज को इन्फॉर्म कर दिया, no one is worthy enough, so we are not appointing anyone. स्टॉक एक्सचेंज का कोई रिप्लाई नहीं आया. द कंपनी थॉट वी आर सेफ. अचानक से एक दिन लेटर आया, 10 लाख रुपीस पेनल्टी फॉर नॉट अपॉइंटिंग अ कंपनी सेक्रेटरी. देन द कंपनी बिकेम सीरियस. अभी कुछ सीएस को अपॉइंट करना पड़ेगा बिकॉज 10 लाख पेनल्टी है. दे अपॉइंटेड अ कंपनी सेक्रेटरी आफ्टर गिविंग फ्रेश सेट ऑफ एडवर्टाइजमेंट्स. और स्टॉक एक्सचेंज को बोला अभी हमारे पास है तो विल नॉट पे पेनल्टी. स्टॉक एक्सचेंज सेड you were 2.5 months late, so you have to pay penalty. Because what does the provision say? The provision says if there is no CS, you get 6 months time to appoint a company secretary. And they appointed after 8.5 months. 2.5 months later, penalty pay karna hi padega. So Stock Exchange and the Companies Act both became serious about this concept of KMP, and every company is mandatorily required to have a CS. अब वो जो कंपनी था ना उसका हुआ क्या, द मेन कंपनी सेक्रेटरी, फर्स्ट कंपनी का सीएस रिजाइंड. द सेकेंड कंपनी का सीएस वाज अपॉइंटेड, जिसके वजह से पेनल्टी लगा था. ही वाज शिफ्टेड टू द फर्स्ट कंपनी. आपस में ही 15 कंपनीज का ग्रुप है. ही वाज शिफ्टेड टू द फर्स्ट कंपनी. सेकेंड कंपनी के ऊपर फिर से पेनल्टी लगा सेकेंड टाइम, बिकॉज उनका कंपनी सेक्रेटरी शिफ्ट हो गया. यहाँ पर अभी सीएस नहीं है, 6 महीने हो गए, फिर से वापस से 10 लाख का पेनल्टी लगा उनके ऊपर. So this is what I am saying. Every company should have a KMP. So इसीलिए जो बोलते हैं ना काफी लोग की CS का रोल काफी बढ़ गया है after implementation of Companies Act 2013. That person is also now recognized as a KMP. इसीलिए important हो गया है position. Okay. Companies Act 2013 also has a provision of virtual meetings and e-votings for the first time. Every company which has more than 1,000 shareholders is mandatorily required to give the provision of e-voting to its shareholders. घर बैठ के वोट कर सकते हो, annual general meeting में आने की जरूरत नहीं है. So you can vote online. You will get an email from the company जहाँ पे पासवर्ड और लॉगिन आईडी रहेगा. लॉगिन करो, वोट करो, yes या no on the matters that are to be discussed, और आप लोग वोट कर सकते हो. कंपनीज ने यहाँ पर भी ई वोटिंग्स में भी स्कैम्स करना शुरू कर दिए थे. एक कंपनी ने ऐसा किया था कि उनके एक एम्प्लॉय को, अभी जो डायरेक्टर्स होते हैं ये भी तो शेयर होल्डर्स ही होते हैं ना कंपनी के, पहले शेयर होल्डर होते हैं, बाद में वो लोग डायरेक्टर बनते हैं. तो दे हैव मेजर स्टेक. यूजुअली एवरी डायरेक्टर, कंबाइंड ऑल द डायरेक्टर्स यूजुअली एटलीस्ट हैव अराउंड 35 to 40% ऑफ द शेयर्स इन द कंपनी. एटलीस्ट. तो ये डायरेक्टर्स ने अपने एम्प्लॉय को, एक एम्प्लॉय को उनके सब पासवर्ड्स दे दिए सभी डायरेक्टर्स ने. एवरी कंपनी कैन हैव मैक्सिमम 15 डायरेक्टर्स. सो 12-13 डायरेक्टर्स ने अपने पासवर्ड दे दिए. एम्प्लॉय लॉगिन कर रहे हैं उनके पासवर्ड से और सब में यस यस यस, बिकॉज डायरेक्टर्स वांट टू पास द प्रपोजल इन द एनुअल जनरल मीटिंग. तो वो लोग वैसे भी यस ही करने वाले थे, तो उन्होंने अपना काम एम्प्लॉय को दे दिया. एम्प्लॉय एक दिन बैठकर सिर्फ सब डायरेक्टर्स का वोट कर रहा है और एक ही कंप्यूटर से. ये स्कैम भी सामने आया कि डायरेक्टर्स आर नॉट वोटिंग देमसेल्व्स, आस्किंग सम एम्प्लॉइज टू वोट, और एक ही कंप्यूटर पे बैठ के दिन भर बैठ के सबका वोट कर रहे हैं. सो आफ्टर 2 years, around 2015-2016, the Companies Act made a provision that, not the Companies Act, the rules of Companies Act made a provision that you need to have a record of the IP address also. कहाँ से वोटिंग किया जा रहा है, तो ये स्कैम बंद हो सकता है. तो एक ही कंप्यूटर से वोट कर रहे हो, एक ही IP एड्रेस से वोट कर रहे हो, तो ये एक्सेप्ट नहीं किया जाएगा. सभी लोग एक ही IP एड्रेस से, that cannot be a coincidence, a mere coincidence. That can be a scam only. So e-votings have been introduced. घर बैठ के वोट कर सकते हो. Secondly, virtual meetings, that is वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंसिंग से बोर्ड मीटिंग्स किया जा सकता है. earlier all directors were required to be present at one location only physically so that the meeting can be held. However, Companies Act 2013 gave the provision of all directors sitting at remote locations and having video conferencing. However, at least one director is required to be present at the meeting place. तो अगर तुम्हारे हेड ऑफिस में मीटिंग हो रहा है तो वहां पर कम से कम एक डायरेक्टर फिजिकली होना चाहिए. ऑल अदर डायरेक्टर्स कैन सिट एट रिमोट लोकेशंस अक्रॉस द ग्लोब. दैट्स नॉट एन इश्यू. Whenever such kind of a meeting starts, see what happens is now, since we are also having a video conferencing, here I am just the person who is talking, you are just listening. That's not an issue. So मैं आपको पहले पूछ नहीं रहा हूँ कि आप कहाँ पर बैठे हो, सुन रहे हो या नहीं सुन रहे हो. बट कंपनीज एक्ट में ये प्रोविजन है कि डायरेक्टर जहां पर भी है, इट इज द रोल ऑफ द कंपनी सेक्रेटरी टू आस्क each and every director who is joining through video conferencing, आप कहां पर बैठे हो. फर्स्ट, आपके रूम में कोई नहीं है ना जहां पर आप बैठे हो. No one should be there, not even the technician, because the meeting is of only the board of directors. So technician, IT guy, ये सब भी नहीं चलेंगे. अच्छा, प्यून चाय लेके आ रहा है बीच में तुम्हारे रूम में, वो भी नहीं चलेगा. It has to be only the director, no one else. The entire meeting is to be recorded and kept safely. If needed, the company secretary can even ask the director to rotate that laptop or the computer and show the view of the entire room कि और कोई नहीं है ना वहां पर, छुप के तो नहीं बैठा है ना. So these provisions were implemented so that it can be a safe meeting, a secure meeting. ये एक provision Companies Act ने डाला है. It is as good as giving an online exam by sitting at home. घर बैठ के अगर एग्जाम दोगे तो फिर कुछ ना कुछ सिक्योर प्रोसीजर डालेंगे ना वो लोग लैपटॉप और कंप्यूटर में कि आप बात नहीं कर सकते, आवाज नहीं आ सकता, इधर उधर देख नहीं सकते. वैसे ही यहाँ पर भी वर्चुअल मीटिंग्स में ये डाल दिया इन्होंने कॉन्सेप्ट. CSR was another concept, corporate social responsibility. Every company whose profit is more than 5 crores has to spend on social upliftment. It can be social, educational, anything which is beneficial for the society. कितना देंगे? पिछले 3 साल का जो भी प्रॉफिट रहेगा उसका 2% has to be contributed towards CSR activity. I guess this everyone is aware of. Remember, India is the only country which has made it mandatory for companies to spend on CSR. बाकी countries में it is optional. There was a research done in 2015-16, I think. Harvard Business Review, HBR ने research किया on CSR और ये जाना कि इंडिया में forcefully किया तो है ये concept implement. However, the companies have deviated from their original intention of social welfare. जब optional होता है ना तो कंपनी seriously वो काम करता है. जब compulsion कर दिया किसी को तो just to show to the government that we have spent on social welfare, तो वो स्पेंड करना शुरू करते हैं. तो क्वांटिटी ऑफ मनी फॉर अपलिफ्टमेंट, सोशल वेलफेयर increased. However, quality of social upliftment has reduced because of implementation of CSR. ये Harvard Business Review में सामने आया. There was this new provision of entrenchment. Entrenchment is as a law student, when I ask you, can you go against the law? You will definitely say, no, you cannot go against the law. However, entrenchment provision gives the company a right to go against the law. But you can go against the law only for being stricter. So if the Companies Act says कि 50% लोगों का consent चाहिए to implement certain provision in the company, and the company decides कि हम लोग 50% लोगों का परमिशन नहीं लेंगे, हम लोग 75% लोगों का परमिशन लेंगे, that is absolutely fine. You need to be stricter. Companies provisions can be stricter as compared to Companies Act का provision. ज्यादा strict करोगे चलेगा. That going above and beyond the target is known as entrenchment provision. as good as when you are given a target, आपको 40% मार्क्स लाने हैं, 40% मार्क्स लाएंगे तो ही पास होंगे. आप 75% मार्क्स भी ला सकते हो ना, 60% मार्क्स भी ला सकते हो. What you are doing is entrenchment provision, going beyond the target, which is allowed. 40% से कम लाओगे तो नहीं चलेगा, you will be declared failed. तो यही चीज entrenchment provision लाया गया. पहले ये provision नहीं होता था, अब ये provision आ गया है 2013 एक्ट में. This was again another feature, National Company Law Tribunal, a separate tribunal implemented for insolvency process. जो companies बंद हो गए हैं, bankrupt हो गए हैं, उनके लिए एक separate tribunal बनाया गया ताकि वो लोग का जो process है of winding up the company or recovery of amounts can be done smoothly. So this insolvency process now takes around 270 days. 270 दिन में कंपनी बंद भी कर सकते हो, तो जो पहले 8 से 10 साल लग सकते थे, now it is only 270 days. तो वो implement करने के लिए NCLT लाया गया. We'll be talking about this at the end again when we talk about careers for you in company law. It has one principal branch at New Delhi and 11 branches, regional benches across the country. This was implemented from 1st June 2016. थोड़ा issues थे इसमें. Companies Act 2013 was not implemented at a stretch. आधा एक्ट 2014 में implement हुआ और बचा हुआ आधा एक्ट 2016 में implement हो गया with the introduction of NCLT. What happens is SEBI always tries to go one up as compared to Companies Act. So Companies Act 1956 had certain provisions, but SEBI जो stock exchange control करते हैं, they had certain stricter rules for listed companies which were mentioned in listing agreement. अब कंपनीज एक्ट ने किया क्या, ये लिस्टिंग एग्रीमेंट में इतने सारे स्ट्रिक्टर प्रोविजंस है, वो ही उठा लिया और कंपनीज एक्ट में डाल दिया. सो कंपनीज एक्ट नाउ बिकेम स्ट्रिक्टर इन 2013. SEBI realized that and SEBI came up with LODR, listing obligation and debt regulations, और भी stricter provisions लाए as compared to the Companies Act 2013. So now what we are doing is we are going towards a stricter regime ताकि fraud stock exchange पे कम हो सके. So as Companies Act was introduced, SEBI started working on LODR, listing obligation and debt regulations, and they made their initial listing agreement even more stricter as compared to Companies Act 2013. So it had a positive impact on the economy as a whole, on the stock exchanges, on companies which are listed on the stock exchanges. Yeah, probably you will be interested in this part, impact of COVID-19 on Companies Act. As you might be aware, सब जगह पे जो भी तुमको पेमेंट करना है वो सब डिले हो रहा है, इनकम्स डिले हो रहा है. सो कंपनीज एक्ट 2013 में थोड़ा प्रोविजन थोड़ा सा लीनियंट कर दिया बिकॉज ऑफ कोविड-19. एंड इफ यू आर फाइलिंग सर्टेन डॉक्यूमेंट्स डिलेड, थोड़ा लेट फाइल कर रहे हो तो भी तुमको लेट फाइल कर सकते हो तुम. नो एडिशनल फीस विल बी चार्ज, ये कंपनीज एक्ट 2013 ने बोला. But this was effective till June 30th only. ऐसे not for an infinite period. June 30th तक ही ये allowed था. Secondly, Companies Act has a provision of having a maximum gap of 120 days between two board meetings. तो दो बोर्ड मीटिंग के बीच में 120 दिन यानी 4 महीने से ज्यादा का गैप नहीं हो सकता. ये चीज गवर्नमेंट ने देख लिया कि अभी इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल. सो गवर्नमेंट ने इसको थोड़ा एक्सटेंड कर दिया और बोला कि अब वन टाइम, ओनली फॉर वन टाइम यू कैन हैव अ मैक्सिमम गैप ऑफ 180 डेज. 6 महीने के बाद भी तुम, 6 महीने के बाद नहीं, 6 महीने के अंदर तुम बोर्ड मीटिंग कभी भी कर सकते हो. September 30th 2020 तक यू कैन हैव द बोर्ड मीटिंग बिकॉज इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल फॉर बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स टू मीट. हाँ, अगर तुम लोग वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंसिंग कर रहे हो कर लो, बेटर है. दैट इज द बेस्ट थिंग. तो ये एक अलग इम्पैक्ट था. कैरो करके एक कॉन्सेप्ट है, कंपनीज ऑडिटर्स रिपोर्ट ऑर्डर, वेर इन the auditor who checks your financial statements comments on your financial statements and prepares a report. So earlier there was the earlier CARO wherein you had a specific format for quite a few years. In that format, the auditors used to give their statements and say कि ये company का जो financial statements है are correct. We have no issues with the company's financial statements. This was to be replaced from this year. This year as in 1920. So 1920 financial year खत्म हो जाएगा. Immediately, new format was to be implemented. However, because of this scenario, this has been delayed by 1 year. So once 2020-2021 gets over, अगले साल से ये CARO नया format, नया report format will be implemented. So not in this year. Also, every company which has debentures, which has issued debentures, उन लोगों को जो भी पैसा देना होता है उस साल में, उसका 15% have to be kept as reserves till 30th April. So if in 2020-2021 the company is going to pay off 100 crores as debentures ka returns, 100 crores ka 15%, 15 crores they have to keep it as reserve in the first month itself. वो प्रोविजन कंप्लाई करने के लिए पॉसिबल नहीं था अप्रैल मंथ में, तो कंपनीज को ऑप्शन दे दिया गया जून तक तुम लोग ये कंप्लाई कर सकते हो, तो 15 करोड़ तुम जून 30th तक जमा कर सकते हो. You can keep it as reserve, which is known as DRR, Debenture Redemption Reserve. हर कंपनी को, जैसे हमने थोड़ा टाइम पहले बात किया था, इंडिपेंडेंट डायरेक्टर्स का मीटिंग होना जरूरी है इन द मंथ ऑफ मार्च टू एनालाइज द वर्क ऑफ द अदर डायरेक्टर्स की वो लोग बराबर काम कर रहे हैं या नहीं कर रहे हैं. बट दिस ईयर इन द सेकेंड हाफ ऑफ मार्च इटसेल्फ वी हैड लॉकडाउन, सो दिस प्रोविजन हैज बीन रिलैक्स्ड. अगर इंडिपेंडेंट डायरेक्टर्स का मीटिंग नहीं भी हुआ तो भी चलेगा. ऑल्सो नए कंपनीज को ना 180 डेज का टाइम दिया जाता है, 6 months का टाइम, टू डिक्लेयर टू द गवर्नमेंट दैट दे हैव स्टार्टेड देयर बिजनेस. दिस ईयर दैट 180 डेज हैज बीन डबल्ड, so it is now 360 days. 360 days तक तुम गवर्नमेंट को इन्फॉर्म कर सकते हो कि तुमने कंपनी का काम शुरू किया है या नहीं शुरू किया है. So this is for new companies, newly incorporated companies. जैसे हमने बात किया था कि कम से कम एक डायरेक्टर ने इंडिया में रहना चाहिए फॉर 182 डेज, वो भी कॉन्सेप्ट इस साल के लिए अगर कंप्लाई नहीं किया चलेगा, बिकॉज there are certain directors who are outside India, who are stuck outside India because of this COVID situation. They cannot come back. So ये provision नहीं follow किया तो चलेगा. In fact, just the other day I read there were a few friends who had gone to, I think, Maldives for a picnic, for a trip for a few days, और lockdown हो गया and they could not come back. They stayed back there in the hotel for 4 months. होटल में 4 महीने रहे वो लोग मालदीव्स में, and they had a bill of 13 lakh rupees from the hotel. So बोलने का मतलब ये है कि काफी लोग दूसरे कंट्री में अटक गए हैं, तो हमारे डायरेक्टर्स भी दूसरे कंट्री में अटक गए हैं, तो 182 डेज वाला रूल फुलफिल नहीं किया तो भी चलेगा. CSR का जो स्पेंडिंग है, 2% ऑफ व्हाटएवर इज योर प्रॉफिट यू हैव टू स्पेंड. तो अगर आपने पीएम केयर्स फंड विच इज स्पेसिफिकली फॉर्म्ड फॉर कोविड, अगर आपने उसमें स्पेंड किया तो भी चलेगा, दैट विल बी कंसिडर्ड वैलिड. सीएसआर आप कहीं पर भी स्पेंड नहीं कर सकते. मैंने डोनेशन दे दिया अपने लोकल एरिया के गणपति मंडल को, तो उसको तुम सीएसआर एक्सपेंडिचर नहीं बोल सकते. सीएसआर एक्सपेंडिचर हैज टू बी फॉर अ स्पेसिफिक पर्पस एंड अ प्रॉपर एनजीओ हैज टू बी फॉर्म्ड. तो आपको एक ट्रस्ट बनाना पड़ेगा, वो ट्रस्ट में पैसे डालने का, वो ट्रस्ट से आप एजुकेशन में कर रहे हो खर्चा या कुछ सोशल वेलफेयर में कर रहे हो. अगर कंपनी ने पीएम केयर्स फंड में डाल दिया तो भी उसको सीएसआर एक्सपेंडिचर बोला जाएगा. सो टाटा कंपनी ऑलरेडी स्पेंड्स अ लॉट ऑन सीएसआर. दे अगेन स्पेंड 1500 crores, आपने देखा रहेगा शायद मार्च या अप्रैल की बात है, 1500 crores इन फॉर पीएम केयर्स फंड फॉर कोविड सिचुएशन. So that will be counted as their expenditure towards CSR, 2% of their average profits of 3 years. Companies Act was to be amended in 2020. March 18th के आसपास this amendment bill was tabled in the parliament for changes. However, बाद में लॉकडाउन हो गया तो फिर सब कुछ बंद हो गया. इस amendment bill में क्या proposed है? What are the changes? Every company, if they want to have a CSR expenditure, they need to have a separate CSR committee. But if the expenditure on CSR is lesser than 50 lakhs, that 2% amount is lesser than 50 lakhs, then you need not have a CSR committee. ये proposed change है. Also, if you spend in a particular year more than 2%, then that excess can be set off in the immediate next year. ये भी एक provision है. तो आपने एक साल में 3% spend किया, तो अगले साल आप 1% spend करोगे तो भी चलेगा. This is again another change that companies amendment bill is looking forward to. Also, listed company जो हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं, stock exchange पे जिनके shares trade होते हैं, that is just a layman's term. Actual में listed company means whose shares are listed on the stock exchange or whose debentures are listed on stock exchange or whose bonds are listed on stock exchange. पर अब कंपनीज अमेंडमेंट बिल बोल रहा है कि ये सबको हटा दो, सिर्फ शेयर्स लिस्टेड रहेंगे तो ही लिस्टेड कंपनी बोला जाएगा, वरना लिस्टेड कंपनी नहीं बोला जाएगा. दिस इज अनदर चेंज दैट वी लुक फॉरवर्ड टू. ये ज्यादा अच्छा रहेगा क्योंकि शेयर्स ही ट्रेड होते हैं, डिबेंचर्स और बॉन्ड्स ट्रेडिंग कोई करता नहीं है इतना. तो ओनली इफ इट इज शेयर्स, देन कंपनीज अमेंडमेंट बिल, देन इट विल बी कॉल्ड अ लिस्टेड कंपनी. ऑल्सो कंपनीज will be given powers to directly list their shares on foreign stock exchanges. अभी क्या हो रहा है कि if you want to list your shares on some other stock exchange, say Nasdaq या Japanese stock exchange, कहीं पर भी, then you need to take permission of RBI, Companies Act, बहुत सारे restrictions हैं. तो तुम usually कोई company जाता नहीं है ऐसे दूसरे country में अपने shares list करने के लिए. Companies Amendment Bill बोल रहा है we will allow you directly to go to some other stock exchange and list your shares on some foreign country stock exchange. इससे फायदा इंडियन कंपनीज का ही होगा. फॉरेन कैपिटल इजीली रेज होगा, दूसरे कंट्री के लोग भी पैसे डालना शुरू करेंगे इंडियन कंपनीज में. एंड वंस इंडियन कंपनीज गेट मनी, अपने आप वो कंपनी काम करना शुरू करेगा. पैसे आते गए तो फंक्शनिंग ज्यादा अच्छा होना शुरू हो जाएगा. So ये अलग चेंज है इसमें. So this was about companies amendment bill, which was to be implemented, but because of lockdown ये problem हो गया और amendment bill इतना effectively हुआ नहीं है. Ordinances काफी आए हैं इसमें, मतलब government ने खुद से सामने से बोला है कि ये सब changes implement करेंगे. And probably this might interest you. Careers. This is my last slide. काफी लोग जो है LLB करते हैं एंड LLB LLM करके दे go towards legal profession wherein they actually go to a company to a court, fight for cases. We have seen a change. I think sir might agree. I do not know. पहले ऐसे था कि लोग LLB कर रहे हैं मतलब सिर्फ कोर्ट में जाके क्रिमिनल केसेस ही लड़ेंगे. वो क्रिमिनल केसेस से सिविल केस पे चेंज हो गया है. नाउ स्टूडेंट्स आर मोर टुवर्ड्स इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी, IPR के ऊपर कुछ प्रोफेशन करना है, ये सब देखते हैं. कंपनीज एक्ट ने भी जो लीगल प्रोफेशन में एंटर करना चाहते हैं उनके लिए काफी सारे अपॉर्चुनिटीज खोल के रखे. उसमें से मैंने 5 यहाँ पर लिस्ट करके रखा हुआ है तुम्हारे स्क्रीन पे. कंपनी सेक्रेटरी फर्स्ट एंड फॉरमोस्ट, जो काफी लोग आप में से CS करते भी होंगे एंड CS के साथ LLB के साथ CS, ये कॉम्बिनेशन काफी अच्छा है, इसीलिए लोग ये साथ में करते हैं. तो ऑब्वियसली कंपनी सेक्रेटरी इज द बेस्ट ऑफ ऑल द प्रोफेशंस अंडर कंपनीज एक्ट. यहाँ पर आप देयर इज अ मिनिमम अमाउंट जो आप 15 से 20 हजार पर मंथ कमा सकते हो. आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट मॉनेटरी एस्पेक्ट. और अपर लिमिट कुछ नहीं है यहाँ पर. सो आई नो पर्सन हु इज द कंपनी सेक्रेटरी. आप MCA के वेबसाइट पे जाके देख सकते हो. वो एक पर्टिकुलर बड़े कंपनी का कंपनी सेक्रेटरी है. he comes to office around 1 o'clock in the afternoon, goes back at around 11 o'clock 12 o'clock at night. लगभग 9-10 घंटे काम करता है दिन का, and earns around 2 crore per annum. साल भर में 2 करोड़ रुपया कमा लेता है. So that is the income part. Power काफी हो गया है अभी. Companies Act 2013 gives a lot of power to a company secretary designated as KMP, key managerial personnel. So वो काफी एक अच्छा position आ जाता है. Secondly, you can also start your practice as a company secretary. क्योंकि पहले क्या होता था कि हर एक कंपनी में ना चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट ही CA मतलब अकाउंटेंसी और लीगल पार्ट भी वही देखते थे. पर 2013 एक्ट ही इतना कॉम्प्लिकेटेड हो गया है, इतने सारे नए प्रोविजंस आ गए हैं. So a chartered accountant cannot give time for both accountancy and legal part. तो लीगल पार्ट के लिए बेटर है कि CS तुम ही अपना काम करो, हम तुम्हारा काम नहीं करेंगे. ये एटीट्यूड आ गया है. So if you become a practicing company secretary, you can have your own firm, your own organization and give and have consultancy with other companies. ये भी कर सकते हो आप. तो कंपनीज एक्ट ने ये प्रोविजन काफी स्ट्रॉन्ग बना दिया है. Secondly, you can become an independent director. We spoke about it. IICA के वेबसाइट पे जाके आप इंडिपेंडेंट डायरेक्टर का एग्जाम दे सकते हो. You can clear that exam. Once a year you have to give. एक बार एग्जाम देके लाइफ लॉन्ग इंडिपेंडेंट डायरेक्टर नहीं बन सकते. You have to give this exam every year and clear it. और इंडिपेंडेंट डायरेक्टर के पोर्टल पे जाओ. You can be called as an independent director, appointed as an independent director in various companies. You give your expertise, share your knowledge with those companies. तो इंडिपेंडेंट डायरेक्टर आप बन सकते हो. Next is CSR professional. CSR professionals are in demand now because companies जो है, their directors only have the intention of spending 2% profit. जो भी profit आया चलो spend कर दो social welfare. कहाँ पर spend करना है, कैसे spend करना है, क्या provisions follow करना है, the directors are not aware. तो CSR professional अगर आप बनोगे, उसके लिए आपको एग्जाम्स क्लियर करनी होती है. एग्जाम क्लियर करोगे, इट इज जस्ट अ सर्टिफिकेशन कोर्स, ऐसा कुछ डिग्री नहीं है वो. तो अगर आप CSR प्रोफेशनल का सर्टिफिकेशन कोर्स कर लोगे एंड यू अप्रोच कंपनीज विद योर एक्सपर्टीज, यू कैन गाइड देम ऑन वेयर टू स्पेंड, वेयर नॉट टू स्पेंड, हाउ टू स्पेंड एंड व्हाट प्रोसीजर्स यू हैव टू फॉलो. तो आप CSR प्रोफेशनल भी बन सकते हो. You can become a scrutinizer for e-voting. Scrutinizer for e-voting again is a very very lucrative business. अब इसमें हुआ क्या है कि पहले e-voting का कॉन्सेप्ट ही नहीं होता था. 2013 के बाद से e-voting का कॉन्सेप्ट आ गया. Now in this e-voting का कॉन्सेप्ट फ्रॉड्स होना शुरू हो सकते हैं. So you act as a scrutinizer, an analyzer, an auditor sort of, wherein everything is done smoothly and no malpractices are involved or no person is doing any fraud. ये आपको देखना है. और इसके लिए चार्जेस क्या है? कुछ लोग 5 से 6 हजार भी लगाते हैं और कुछ लोग 1 लाख से 2 लाख भी लगाते हैं. करना क्या है? 2 दिन का काम है, ज्यादा काम नहीं है, पर वो 2 लाख 3 लाख भी कमा सकते हो, 5 से 6 हजार भी कमा सकते हो. इट ऑल डिपेंड्स ऑन विच कंपनी यू आर डीलिंग विद. For becoming a scrutinizer, you need to be a CA, CS, CMA या advocate, जो आप लोग वो भी कर रहे हो. So you can also become a scrutinizer. So you can venture in this field by actually being an advocate, और scrutinizer भी बन सकते हो side by side. इसके लिए एग्जाम देना नहीं है, सिर्फ नॉर्मल एडवोकेट बन जाओ and have a sanat and then you come here and become a scrutinizer. Apart from this, you can also be a judicial member or a technical member of NCLT. बट उसके लिए हाई कोर्ट का जज होकर आपको रिटायर होना पड़ेगा, और रिटायर होने के बाद यू कैन बिकम अ जुडिशियल मेंबर. सो दैट इज अ लॉन्ग टाइम फ्रॉम नाउ. हाउएवर अगर आपने ICLS का एग्जाम क्लियर किया, देन यू कैन बिकम अ टेक्निकल मेंबर एंड आप लीगल एक्सपर्ट माने जा सकते हो. और NCLT में यू कैन बी अ मेंबर एंड डिस्कस एंड डिसाइड ऑन केसेस ऑफ इंसॉल्वेंसी या एनीथिंग विद रिस्पेक्ट टू कंपनीज एक्ट. So these are 5 most important careers that you will have under Companies Act, which can be lucrative from the viewpoint of money and lucrative from the viewpoint of power also. So किसी को power चाहिए, किसी को money चाहिए, दोनों आपको मिल सकता है Companies Act 2013 के implementation की वजह से. So this was what I wanted to share. ज़्यादा डेप्थ में नहीं गया हूँ, ज़्यादा टेक्निकल या लीगल पार्ट्स में नहीं गया हूँ, because you all will always study in your semester 3 I guess for 3-year courses and semester 7 for 5-year courses. तो आप लोग वहां पर सीख लोगे बाकी सब पार्ट्स. जो अलग पार्ट है करियर्स अंडर कंपनीज एक्ट, शायद ये नहीं सीख पाओगे आप. इम्पैक्ट ऑफ कोविड शायद नहीं सीखोगे. दैट was more important for me, इसलिए मैंने आधा घंटा उस पे दिया as compared to what are the features of Companies Act, and I have taken more than an hour I guess. So yeah, so this was what I wanted to share over here. If you all have any queries, you all can ask me in the chat box if you are on Zoom. या फिर आपको चाहिए तो आप यहाँ पर भी क्वेश्चंस पूछ सकते हो. Just that I might not reply quickly. I may take time to reply, but yeah, I do reply to the queries. So अगर और कुछ questions है तो आप पूछ सकते हो अभी.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for such a beautiful presentation. I have put in the chat box, but I am once again appealing, if anybody has any questions, please raise your hand digitally and you will be unmuted to ask question. We have Ganesh Bapad. Yes, Mr. Ganesh Bapad.
Hello.
Huh.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yeah, sir, you had told us about the Harvard Business Report.
Yes.
Wherein the CSR inflow has increased, but the quality has gone down. And sir, if you can just enlighten a little more about that. And if the amount is increased, how come the quality has decreased?
Yeah. See, what I had read that paper quite a few months back, so I do not remember exactly the exact provisions of what they were talking about. But what they meant with the quantity and the quality part was, the companies have started spending a lot, but that spending has not reached the ultimate level. What happened was, under Companies Act, you can spend for CSR on certain provisions, but wo provisions mein, if you are appointing an employee also, the employee's earning for an employee will be appointed for looking after that provision of spending on XYZ activity or ABC activity. वो employee को जो salary दे रहे हैं, that also is to be included in this CSR activity. So employee को अगर ज़्यादा तुमने employee के पीछे salary ज़्यादा दे दिया, so your spending has increased, but जो social welfare ultimately होना था वो ही नहीं. That was what they were saying. Quality improve नहीं हुआ, quantity of money has increased in social welfare.
Sir, one question I wanted to ask is, under the Companies Act 2013, we have different voting methods in which we have the concept of e-voting now. So, do you think the introduction of this e-voting will bring more transparency in the, voting?
At a personal level, the number of people interacting and in getting involved in a company's decision making does improve, but there might not be, at a personal level I'm talking about, there might not be that transparency. घर पे बैठ के कोई भी vote कर सकता है, just like the way I was talking about. एक पर्टिकुलर कंपनी में डायरेक्टर ने बोल दिया तुम एम्प्लॉय तुम सबके वोट्स डाल दो. So even if I am a shareholder of say XYZ, Mahindra and Mahindra Limited, I can ask my spouse or my family member तुम वोट दे दो, and that person may not be capable enough to make a proper decision. तो ये एक प्रॉब्लम है. But again, drawbacks तो होते ही हर एक में, and we need to overcome those drawbacks some or the other way. Even in the concept of proxy, which was there earlier, today also it is there, wherein if a company if a shareholder is not able to attend the meeting, they can appoint proxy. And proxy का business भी चल रहा था बीच में. I am talking about 2005, 2006. I've heard stories. I do not know about this, but एक proxy का business चलाने वाले लोग, मतलब they just go and talk to shareholders. तुमको नहीं जाना है meeting में, you appoint us as proxy. We will go there and we will vote on your behalf. You just give us money for going on your behalf. तो ये बिजनेस भी चलता है. तो ऑफलाइन मेथड में भी ड्रॉबैक्स है, ऑनलाइन मेथड में भी ड्रॉबैक्स है. द ओनली थिंग इज ऑनलाइन में ज्यादा लोग इन्वॉल्व होंगे वोटिंग करने के लिए. So that's a good thing.
Thank you, sir. We have Ifa Khan. Yes, Ifa.
Good evening, all. Sir, my question is, what are the provision to purchase a share and to become a shareholder?
What are the provisions, as in you want to ask who can become a shareholder, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, go ahead.
For general people?
Yeah. Once you are an adult, you can purchase shares first. Whatever is the provision for capacity of parties in a contract act. So you should be of sound mind, adult. You should not be an alien enemy. You should not be an insolvent person. All those provisions are applicable over here. You should be a normal person. That's it. You can purchase shares. You just need to open a Demat account and purchase shares. So now, for example, LIC IPO might be coming very soon, in maybe a month or two. You can also purchase shares provided you are an adult. So I am assuming everyone is an adult over here. You all can purchase shares. Just open an account, have a bank account linked with that Demat account, and you can purchase shares. The provisions for directors are, since she has asked this question, the provisions for directors are a little stringent because a director, if he has not filed returns for the company, then that director will have to vacate the position of directorship in that company and also wherever he is a director. So if I am a director in company A and I have not filed returns for consecutive 3 years for that company, and I am a director in company B, C, D and E, automatically I vacate the position in all the other companies. तो ये एक problem होता है directors के लिए. ये एक extra provisions है. ऐसे बहुत सारे अलग provisions है. But then director is a long way ahead. We need to be shareholders first. So shareholders बनने के लिए adult होना चाहिए. बाकी normal person और alien enemy नहीं हो सकते. Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Sir, I think the questions have come to an end. So can we go to the concluding part of the session?
Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
I request Kirandeep from SY LLB to kindly propose the vote of thanks for today. Yes, Kiran.
Okay, sir. Good evening, all. I convey my best wishes to the Honorable Chief Guest, CS Swapnil Shenvi, sir, for the guiding us today on the topic of Overview of Companies Act 2013. Respected Secretary of Sharda Education Society, Dr. Pradeep Dhaval, sir, and Principal of Anand Vishwa Gurukul College of Law, Professor Suyash Pradhan, sir, Professor, non-teaching staff, viewers, and Facebook and Zoom. I, Kirandeep Janotra, the student of Anand Vishwa Gurukul College, I consider the occasion as a honor and privilege to the extend the vote of thanks. That I hope that instruction given by sir will definitely follow by us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kirandeep. Thank you so much, Swapnil sir, for this interesting session once again. I am ending the session for all now, so your window will get closed. Thank you once again.
Thank you, sir.